This video is a video response to Ryan. I really enjoyed watching your introduction video. Thank you for taking the time to make it and send it. Thank you very much for the donation. It's very much deeply appreciated. And I don't know if you want to use what name you want to use, if you want to use a Chinese name, but what I usually do to protect the people's privacy and their training, I have them select a Chinese name that they go by online, so then it just protects the privacy. If you want to choose a Chinese name for yourself, just go on my website, click on the Todai updates, and then look for a Chinese name and let me know what name you want to use. As far as your involvement, I'm really thankful and happy to have you a part of the family to help spread a positive message in the martial arts to the society that's different than what we see in combat sport. And it's great that you have all this experience and knowledge, all this training, and that you are 40 years old. I mean, you're bringing something to the table, you're bringing intelligence to the table, you're bringing experience to the table. And I want to get more people involved that are experienced, that are wise, that are knowledgeable, that are intelligent. Because we need more intelligence in the martial arts. What I see right now with this whole MMA garbage is that the children are taking over. Meaning like disrespect for authority, disrespect for the parents, and the children think they're running the show. Like these egoistic bastards that are like, just because they're athletic, they think they own the world or something. It's like, are you kidding me? You know, it's like being a parent and then raising a child to be an arrogant piece of crap, and then he's disrespecting you when you're the parent. That's what I see what MMA is doing. It's like the real people that need to control it are the traditionals, the people that have the authority, the people that has been around longer, the people, they may not be as athletic because now they're like 60 years old, but they're the ones that are in control, not these arrogant little pricks that go around beating up people and think they're all cool and stuff. No. So I want to gather up the intellectuals, and I'm not, you know, I'm pretty young myself, and I'm the one who trains hard physically, and I'll represent the intellectuals. I'll represent the traditionals. So meaning like a Customado, he's the master and Mike Tyson's just the student or the disciple. Alright, and Customado was the one who guided Tyson spiritually to have his energies be expressed in a more positive way. So the masters need to be in control. The students, those are the ones that still have a lot to learn. And I'm playing the role as a Sifu for those people that need it, that want a Sifu. But also what I'm trying to do is play the role as like a leader of an organization that brings together intellectual martial artists. And these people, like yourself, may have more experience than me, may be older than me, and it may even have more to teach than me. And the more people that we gather up like you, that have been around for a while, that have learned a lot, the more that we can have an impact on society. And there's another guy, I don't know if you noticed, but he's on the blog. His name is Dr. Rivera. He's an older guy that has a lot of experience, that's very intelligent, and he's getting involved with the FMK, and I'm thankful to have him here. But we need people like you, we need people like him to come out of the shadows and step forward and be like, hey, you know what, this stuff that's going on out here, with this cage fighting crap. This is not right. This is not martial arts. This is violence. We need to represent it and express it the way it is meant to be expressed. So as far as moving forward from here, I thank you for the donation. And the thing is, there's a lot of martial artists that's come to me wanting to collaborate or just meet me in person and train. But the thing is, I don't have the luxury to be teaching for free or training for free. I mean, I gotta make a living, I gotta support my family. I can't just train just because I enjoy training. I had to make it into a business. I have to make money. So just because somebody has a lot of experience, I can't just train with them just because I enjoy training with them. My wife would yell the living nightmare out of me. I need to be making money. So what I'm basically saying is, like, donations are appreciated. Even though you already know a lot of martial art techniques and you already know your thing, you already got your gun, you already are effective at what you do. So for you to pay for me to show you techniques that you already know is kind of like, why am I paying for that? Well, the thing is, the donation is what is, appreciated, because I need to figure out a way to make it at the same time while getting this message out to the world. So I don't know how you want to do it. Like, you could make the donation whenever you feel like it, or if you want to get some lessons, I could forward them to you. Like with the donation that you did make, I could forward you some of the lessons that I teach from my Todais, if you're interested in learning some of the techniques that I do. But once you have your own techniques, you may not even feel the need to learn that stuff because you already got your own. So you could I could either send you over the techniques if you want, or you could just donate whenever you feel like it. I recommend you to get more involved with the FMK blog, so then other people within the family will get to know you. I don't know how comfortable you feel going public with videos, but if you are comfortable, that would help a lot. Like, you basically making videos expressing your art, and you could make demonstrations, you could make philosophy videos, or just reflections on society, whatnot, and then you could forward those videos to me, give me the rights to post it on the FMK channel, and then that will help bring an income to the school as well. The more income that comes into the school, the more potential for us to reach out further to more people. I've put my whole life savings into this thing, like seriously. I mean, over $100,000 of my savings went into creating this path for me in order to be able to have the opportunity to teach the way that I am teaching while trying to make a living. But it's not easy. So the more people that get involved, the more people that watch the videos, the more people that click on the ads or whatever, the more potential that we could reach out to people out there and not have everybody over-consumed by this cage fighting MMA garbage out there. Alright, so if you feel comfortable being video, you can make videos as promotion, to show people a different way. Because we need to show people that martial arts is a lifelong journey. It's not just something that ends when your professional career is over, or when you've lost a fight, or when you're like over the age of 30 or 40. No, it's just a lifelong thing. So people seeing somebody in their 40s, 50s or 60s or 70s still training and enjoying the training for what it is, it shows a lot. That's the real martial arts. Because no matter if you're 20 or 60, if you need to defend yourself, you need to defend yourself. And you just train just to be able to have that confidence and ability while you take care of your health. So that's some ideas. If you don't feel comfortable being on video, then getting involved with the blog is going to be great. And any other ideas that you come up with, let me know. But you know, we welcome you to the family, and I'm really happy to have somebody that has as much experience as you get involved. I know there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of experience that do support what I'm doing, but it's hard for them to come into here because they're like, you know, you're younger than me, man. They might be like 50 years old, and they'd be like, man, you're younger than me. I can't, you know, if I'm gonna have another master, another Sifu, the person needs to be older than me. So I understand some of these people, but the way that I'm structuring it right now is not just me being a Sifu. Those are for the people that want, that start from scratch or whatever, or that want me to learn my art for what it is. But then there's other people that just want to get involved just because they want to get involved. They don't want a Sifu, but they just want to get involved. So that's great too, and I support that, I promote that. As far as using FMK label and why I decided to do that, first understand that Jeet Kune Do is not a system, and Bruce Lee did not want it to turn it into a system, and he heavily emphasized that he did not want to turn his art into a system. Okay, so in my opinion, and Bruce Lee even did not like creating that label Jeet Kune Do, because then it makes people think it's a system. So in my opinion, I think Bruce Lee would have been better off just staying with Bruce Lee's Kung Fu, which is Jun Fan Kung Fu, opposed to having the Jeet Kune Do. Because what ends up happening is that people are claiming Jeet Kune Do after his death when they never had the authority, when they never had the permission. You know, Bruce Lee knew that nobody could, at his time, could represent Jeet Kune Do the way that it was meant to be represented. Only he could. So Bruce Lee's greatest disciples were not the people that he trained, but his greatest disciples were pretty much the films and his books, his work. The films where you see him and you see that's him and he's doing his techniques, that's his disciple. That motion picture is the disciple. So back in the past, they might have Wing Chun, and they didn't have video cameras or camcorders, so then they would transmit the techniques from person to person. But as you know, to teach somebody to do it exactly the way that you do it, it's a very difficult thing. But once you capture it onto film, that is identical pretty much to what you were expressing. And that's all he needed. He didn't need to teach people, you know, to do what he did. He just captured it onto film and put it down into history. So nobody else could really practice Bruce Lee's Kung Fu. That's his Kung Fu, and that allows it to not be corrupted, because you got a lot of Bruce Lee fakes out there that might have the same name as him, that might look like him, but you know it's not him. And then right there you know that it's false. Okay, so as soon as you turn something into a system, the system will be corrupted. That's been throughout all history for all religions. Everything has been corrupted. So the leaders of these martial arts, when they come up with something new like that, they are well aware that it will be corrupted. Because now you got all these scrubs right now that are claiming Jeet Kune Do, that know nothing about Bruce, that are garbage. They're garbage physically, they're garbage combat technique expression, and they have no understanding of the philosophy. So it's clearly corrupted. So Bruce, it's better off having your own Kung Fu. Like, that's why I name it Freddie's Modern Kung Fu. So this will be real until I pass away. Once I pass away, then nobody else could claim FMK. or Freddie's modern kung fu, because they're not Freddie. So then it's not going to be as easily corrupted. Now what will stay are the teachings possibly on YouTube. If YouTube is still up and running, then my videos will speak for itself. The techniques and the philosophy and the stuff that I put in writing will speak for itself. It will speak for me. So I don't, so everybody that I train online or in person, it doesn't matter, they're representing themselves. Okay, we're on our own journey. So instead of Freddie's modern kung fu, it might be Jet's kung fu, Brandon's kung fu, Angelina's kung fu, Kio's kung fu. They've been inspired by me, but they're not me, and they will express themselves according to their own standards, and depending on how they express themselves will dictate whether or not they are at a high level of training in order to represent martial arts the way that it's supposed to be represented. Okay, just because I teach somebody online or in person doesn't automatically mean that they're like gifted. The giftedness comes from within, and all I could do is help spark that. But this label, the FMK, prevents it from being corrupted. Because once you generalize a label like karate or Chinese martial arts or whatever, it will get corrupted. Because now you're putting a group of people together that and then the leader, you just gathering a bunch of people together, and then just the system will just break down. Alright, so that's what I noticed. Another thing, you think about Shaolin Kung Fu. They just named it Shaolin because that's the name of the city or whatever. So now you got people in Chicago claiming Shaolin Kung Fu. How can you claim Shaolin Kung Fu? You live in Chicago. So it's essentially, they should have labeled it Chicago Kung Fu, or Howard Street Kung Fu, or Western Avenue Kung Fu. If you live on Racine Avenue, and that's where your school is located, why are you naming it Western Avenue Kung Fu? It's Racine Avenue Kung Fu. So the way that I see Shaolin Kung Fu, nobody else could practice Shaolin Kung Fu unless they're in that Shaolin temple. And there's a lot of people out there that aren't in there, and they're claiming it. So these people that aren't Bruce Lee are claiming that they're Bruce Lee's Kung Fu. How can you be Bruce Lee's Kung Fu? You're not Bruce Lee. How can you be Wing Chun Kung Fu? You're not Wing Chun. Alright, so when you label it your own name, it prevents it from being corrupted, because then people see the silliness of it. How can you be practicing Freddie Lee's Kung Fu? You're not Freddie Lee. Freddie Lee is just one of your teachers. You're practicing your own Kung Fu under his guidance. But it's not his Kung Fu, it's your Kung Fu. You're just having his assistance in order to help you develop you to your full Kung Fu potential. So that's essentially why the FMK, that's the way I see it. And another thing is, what I could generalize, just like Bruce Lee had Bruce Lee's Kung Fu and then he came up with Jeet Kune Do, what I came up with is called Zen martial arts. And I'm not the first one that came up with this. Osho actually uses this term as well. He calls it Zen martial arts. So people could claim that, like, even though they may not be training under FMK school, the FMK school, they could still claim Zen martial arts. And what is Zen martial arts? Zen martial arts is pretty much martial arts in its entirety, the way that it's supposed to be taught, or martial arts in its entirety for what it is, with the emphasis on meditation. So when you emphasize meditation, you'll clearly see that all this garbage that's happening in combat sport is not Zen martial arts, because meditation is the dissolution of the ego, not the enhancement of it. So you see a lot of this combat sport crap, like one of the organized organizations is called Pride. Pride is the opposite of meditation, so that's clearly not Zen martial arts. So people that are for the dissolution of this ego while they train in martial arts, that they're practicing Zen martial arts. So, and the good thing about naming it Zen martial arts is that it's not a system. It's not a system like Wing Chun. It's not a system like Chole Foot. It's not a system like a lot of these traditions. Because all these traditions, when they set up these systems, there's limitations. And Bruce Lee knew this, and that's why he didn't set his up as a system. Because within every system, there's a limitation. Because say, during Bruce Lee's time, there was no invention of firearms. Then his system would be limited by that. Because there's no invention of firearms, it wouldn't be incorporated into the system. And therefore, that would be his limitation. So, when there's a system, it makes the limitations, because then it's bound by tradition. Then what Bruce said in the past is set in stone. And the thing is, truth cannot be set in stone. And he knew this. And that's why he didn't set his up as a system. Because as soon as you set it up as a system, you have to set things in stone. And once you set things in stone, then you lose the truth. That's not truth. Alright? Truth cannot be set in stone. He'd say that all the time. So, I'm not setting up a system. All I'm setting up is a school right now. I just labeled the school FMK. Now, people could be studying with me in the school to help develop themselves to their full potential. Now, when I pass away, the only thing that'll be left is the videos that are left and the writings and the people that I did teach. But the videos, the writings, and the people that I taught, the spirit of the teachings is right there. Alright? But people cannot really carry on FMK if I'm not alive. Okay? It's just basically, you can't really, you can only express your own kung fu. That's all it is. And that's what Bruce allowed us to do. He didn't claim, he didn't set up a system. He didn't like make a bunch of people follow him until, you know, to carry on his art as a tradition. He didn't do that. He just inspired people to express themselves, to become artistic, and to inspire themselves to better themselves. And that's what FMK is going to do as well. Inspire people to better themselves. But as far as turning into a system and all that stuff, there's the limitations right there. And that's not the route to go. So that's why it's labeled FMK. That's just the name of the school. But like I said, people can claim Zen martial arts as long as they're within the understanding of what Zen is, and then they pretty much express themselves according to Zen. Then they're representing something different. And that's you know, a combat sport is not Zen. You know, because that's all about the ego and the pride. You're trying to build your own ego by destroying somebody else. That's not Zen. Zen is like no mind, no thought. And you're just in awareness. That's Zen. You're in the moment. You know, and that's Zen martial arts. Alright, so that's it for that. But yeah, you know, all I'll say is get involved with that blog. If you feel comfortable posting up videos, post up the videos. Let me know if you want the technique lessons. You know, I'll just forward you over the technique lessons of what you paid for or what you donated if you want that. If you don't care for that and you just want to just keep training on your own with your own techniques, and just donate money whenever you can, that'd be great. And any ideas you have on, and then I'll use you as also, like you mentioned, if there's other people that live in your area that come to me from Canada, I can send them your way, and it'll be like a network. Alright, so everybody within FMK, so the people that have experience, they will be expressing their own their own techniques artistically. But the people that don't have experience, I'm serving here as their sifu to help them gain experience. For you, you already have a lot of experience, so you have a lot to offer. So you decide how you want to do that. And yeah, just get involved with the blog so other people will get to know you. And like I said, the technique stuff would be nice, like to see videos of you and what you do and demonstrations and all that stuff would be nice. Alright, so I think that's it. That's all I gotta say right now. Until later.